or was it just had something to do with loading into the game initially. But they are off now. We're going to follow Saigon Jokers now as they run out of the base. QTV, they're going to be playing top Shen for this game. Violet is Rengar in the jungle. Nixwater there, their mid player, going to be playing Evelyn. And down here in the bottom lane, lagging behind a bit. Junie there on Blitzcrank, who has not started out with boots. And Archie, their AD carry, is going to be playing Graves. And I think we're going to have a friendly bit of... We're going to have some invasion here coming out from Saigon Jokers, as Olaf does spot them off there. So maybe KT1 going to change up whatever strategy they had initially here early on. Reset's actually very far over here on the blue side of the Saigon Jokers jungle, so kind of interesting. Let's see what happens, but looks like full invade has already begun for Saigon Jokers. And lots of nice mystic shots. Actually, their QTV taking quite a bit of damage early on.
30 seconds until
Alright, no, they're just going to ward it. So maybe we'll see some action after that. But Lee Sin's actually come back now. Don't know what he was doing up there near the top lane. Thought he might be trying to steal away that blue buff, but perhaps not.
And KT want that advance warning of whether... Sorry, Saigon Jokers want that advance warning of whether you can see the KT blue to red, but look at this, the strong invade's coming.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost a counter invade at this point, which is not something I get to say very often. But
no ward drop, though.
No. They do have one as well, but Sona's used one already, I think. Or she only started with 2? Maybe. Just an extra health potion. And is Sona? Yeah! Alright. So a bit of a change up here. We are going to have a lane swap. Looks like Hero and Wall are going to be going up in the top lane.
Shen actually a pretty good 1v2.
He is. I mean...
Has a lot of sustain, has a shield. Is happy to play defensively anyway. I mean, once he hits 6, he'll be a little bit restricted on whether he can port to other lanes, but should be fine.
And I think this really messes with the Olaf pick here. Although, this must be expected here from... Ah, no. They are swapping. I think this is maybe expected from Vitamin, because he's taking blue as well. I mean, he's definitely happy to have blue in a 1v1 lane in bot. But even in this 2v1 lane, he's going to be a lot happier, because basically without undertow spam, he actually ignited blue buff. Vitamin really wants to make sure he does it. Alright, there we are. Is he going back to lane? No, he must be recalling. Okay, so Olaf with an early blue there. But that's a nice start for Olaf, again.
Yeah, he got 2 camps as well.
Oh, got the wolves as well. I was wondering why he's such low health. So natural jungler Olaf there, pretty happy. And
he doesn't really need the ignite in lane. I don't think he's going to be getting too many kill opportunities, so the extra damage will last him.
A very cute invade here. Wall actually get caught out. A nice ward there, but Reset finds him. Misses the Q though as Violet flashes away. Not enough patience there from Lee Sin, and very cute attempted to invade there, but everybody's already moving in from Saigon Jokers, so KT gonna have to back off. But it's been a long time since you've seen jungle plus support invades. Oh, never mind, here we go. Zero coming in now as well. They really want this blue buff, and that's a lot of damage at Evelyn. I don't think she's gonna be able to help out too much. And Wall coming back down. Reset flashes forward actually for the slow, and now Violet without any flash is gonna fall here. And there's first blood to Hero there, picks up double buffs, and Reset in so much trouble will go down, but Nixwater is the trade there as it goes 2v1 in favor of KT. And I'm getting flashbacks to IEM Kiev, man. It's Moscow 5 all over again.
And yeah, I'd say it was a bit of a misplay for Saigon Jokers to try and rush that buff. KT already had 2 people up top. They were in position. They were always going to have the numbers advantage. So, I mean, for such a strong defense, and now we got Ezreal with double buffs against in the 2v1 lane against Shen.
And I think at this point we are going to see some pretty hefty power pushing from KT's top lane here.
I think we're going to see Lee Sin scurry over there for a turret dive too.
He may just do that. He's got a longsword for a bit of extra damage there, building up towards his Wriggles Lantern. Oh wow! We've had even crazier swaps. Saigon Jokers have put their bottom lane in the mid lane. They've decided they want to try and deny this Cassiopeia. Evelyn...
I don't know how I feel about Evelyn versus Olaf.
I don't know. I think initially the plan from Saigon Jokers was good.
Given that Olaf is level 4 and Evelyn is level 2.
And Olaf still has blue buff for quite a nice duration here, so I've got a quarter of that left. More invades here actually from Reset, but Violet finds him. Rengar very deadly in the jungle, does so much damage 1v1.
Reset just doesn't seem to respect which side of the jungle is his.
No. It's the famous quote from...
All the jungle is his.
This is a famous quote from Diamond, right? Diamond Prox famously said that, I'm not a jungler, I'm a good counter jungler. And showing kind of true here for Reset right now. It's just constantly in the enemy jungle, continually showing pressure like he did on Mundo. I mean, I do like this swap from Saigon Jokers in terms of fighting this Cassiopeia, because this lane is awful for Zero. But I think it's worse for Evelyn, and that's the thing, when you do these lane swaps, you have to think about who's really coming out on the crappier end here, and I think it's Saigon Jokers. Their top lane is just in oh my god, it's already down. Less than 5 minutes, KT pick up their top turret.
Double buff Ezreal, you're not gonna sit in lane and fastly farm. Even Shen has got no answer for that poke.
Yeah, and Shen now is just very crippled right now, and whatever lane they choose to move to, if they want to move, it's gonna be just bad news. So
It feels like every trade here is in KTA's advantage except for mid, but even then, I mean, it's still a ranged auto attack. It's still some AoE to farm with, so it just landslidely in KT's advantage early on.
yeah, I mean, if you want to compare, you know, mid CS, and I say that with air quotes that no one can see, obviously, but you know, it's Evelyn's 15 to 28. So Cassiopeia is ostensibly winning that lane. I mean, Graves is actually ahead of CS in terms of his AD counter buff, but what do you think, Papa? How do you think we should compare CS in these situations when we have this many lane swaps from what we would normally expect? Oh, reset, they're going to get grabbed. Lots of damage actually coming out. Nice buckshot, but Wall is in there. And this is interesting. Looks like Sona has come mid there for some support, and Cassiopeia is going bottom for a gank? She's a red pot. What is going on?
Just laning bottom lane.
Alright, no worries. So AP's bot. Meta established. I think this is right. I think KT want to send their dual lane in the mid with the other dual lane. Red buff still up for Hero, by the way. Not for much longer there. But we're going to see, I think, more problems being caused by this dual lane. And this is very dangerous for Cassiopeia, potentially, if she pushes here. But this is certainly the matchup she wanted. I just don't know if it's in the lane she wants. And Rengar right near could even up the kill score a bit with this gank.
Yeah, Rengar really hasn't been able to exert any lane pressure, and that's kind of what's on him now. Cassiopeia is going to be fishing, going to be playing very aggressively down bot lane. There should be an opportunity for him to come into the lane.
Yeah, the CS is evening up a bit there between those two APs, but we'll see how it goes from here on out. Nice pink ward here actually down as well. Going to be able to spot Evelyn. Oh, Rengar coming in through the lane as well, potentially, which is quite nice. Obviously, Rengar has to be 6 for that to happen, but he'll be 6 fairly soon. Level 4 currently. Hero there. Just taking a bit of damage again, continuing to push. That mid turret's already taken a bit of damage. He's not going to stop. I mean, Ezreal's certainly not the best pushing lane, but certainly quite an annoying 2v1 lane. They've got so much poke. I mean, even in a 2v2 lane, they're very annoying. And with the advantage they've kind of given themselves here, I mean, we can see a Phage already up for Ezreal, which is just going to make this lane pretty happy for him. And Blitzcrank is gonna try to hook Hero here, but even if he landed it, you know, that arcane shift from Ezreal already controls Blitzcrank. And nice cripple there, actually. Junie could go down, but Violet coming in now the mid as well. And Sona's wandered off toward, I think, on a bit of an adventure. So these lanes have really been shaken up early on here in this game. I don't quite know what's going on. Certainly I think KT have an early advantage, but it seems like nothing too crazy has happened from here on out so far.
And the CS value is not too crazy. I mean, Olaf's slightly ahead up top, but everyone else, I mean, Evelyn lagging behind the Cassiopeia, but everyone else kind of in the same sort of band there.
I feel like Rengar has a little bit too much work to do in this game. Like, he really wants to gank both top and bot, but he just hasn't really found time. I mean, there was a bit of early pressure there from Reset on Lee Sin there, in his own jungle as well, and, I mean, when two people are mid lane especially as well, they can very easily waltz to whatever part of the jungle is getting invaded.
Cassiopeia picks up her own blue here and goes back down bottom lane.
Very nice. Still is that red pot as well for, I have to presume, heal baiting, although a bit of AD damage never hurts anybody. Surprise auto attack from Cassiopeia. Could mean the difference.
Surprise auto attack.
Could mean the difference. I mean, Cassiopeia does naturally auto between her spells as well, so, you know, you get a little bit of
I don't know, when you hit
that
that Q, you're kind of smart casting E as fast as possible. It has a negligible cooldown, so, I mean, you might work in an auto, but it's hard.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you know, I'm talking about red pot on an AP.
And down bottom here, Shen is ulted onto Evelyn.
And that's good news. A great taunt in there as well from QTV. And Nick's water there. I think you are dead. The Ignite ticking, and there's the kill. So finally evens it up here as we approach 9-minute mark. 2 for 2 now. And that's blue buff actually getting donated to Evelyn there as well. So very happy there. And she's going to need it. 20 CS down currently in this lane. So that's a nice little win there for KT. Ezreal gets grabbed with that arcane shifting, but does shift out of the way. Actually shifts away from buckshot as well. Has to be so annoying as a Blitzcrank.
But Olaf's doing his best to control the lane up top. He's already got the turret down, so he's going to try and open up a huge farm advantage here. Very close to doubling Shen's CS. He will do that shortly.
Now, and Vitamin just on a tear right now on Olaf. 65 to 33 is bad news for Shen. He's been crippled early on in this game as well.
And if that Shen had altered and not gotten a kill, it would have been even worse. At least he's picked up, you know, the 175 gold or so. But top lane does not look like a happy hunting ground for Shen against this Olaf right now.
No, and I think when Olaf gets ahead, it's pretty irritating to try and lane against him. It's just, I mean, he's someone that needs items, but his laning's also very interesting. I think in general, Olaf's just happy when he has farm. And right now, he's got plenty of room to breathe there.
Tanking the minions very purposefully here if you look up top.
Yeah, just really wants them to... I'm actually trying to think. I guess that's, yeah, to make sure they don't hit his minions so he can try and freeze the lane as far back towards his turret.
He can get super frozen because there's no outer turret so the lane could get frozen close to the inner turret, which would mean no farm for Olaf for a long time. So he's just doing his best here to tank the minions whenever he gets the opportunity.
Just walks up to Shen and ease him as well, just using that
Pops
true
it up.
damage. Yeah. Again, just very wow. This is the Uber freeze right now. Just
And
kiting
Shen's
his
just
minions.
kind of like, hey guys, let's do something somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean that's just impeccable play there from Vitamin up in the top lane, recognizing the situation. And I said he was pushing a bit too hard earlier. He is really trying to set it up here. Nice grab there from Junie, but does miss. So his theory was good, but in practice not so much this time around.
And it's on the Jokers now to try and arrest this, you know. KT, Vitamin saying, okay, I'm confident that you guys can't get work done even if I'm not a factor in 5v5 fights.
Yeah, and I mean Saigon Drifters, maybe they just want to group here and try and push down a turret, but they don't really have a whole lot of damage. I mean, mid's taking a little bit here. Bottom is actually virtually untouched. Got about 15 hit points off it, and top is actually untouched completely here. Olaf is...
Here's a good idea. Graves and Blitzcrank are going top to try and force the lane to push. Although, no, they'll get spotted by the ward, which will get cleared now.
Yeah, and it's going to also leave, you know, and again, Shen in another bad position here. He's in yet another 1v2 lane against Cerner Ezreal. And this tower's going to get pushed in. Now, as soon as Hero realizes what's up, I think he's going to start pushing. Yeah, he's even just started
You have to have
CSing
some
down these
perspective
minions.
here. Shen has 39 CS at 11 minutes.
That is not a lot. Now, oh, good grab there, actually. Vitamin can't quite Ragnarok out of time, but he's on to Archie. And if Junie can close the deal here, it would be great. But no, Rocket Grab not back up in time there. And Olaf with a great bit of awareness there. And here goes mid-turret. So, a nice thought from Saigon Jokers, but it is not solving the problem. And Shen is going somewhere. Is it bottom? It is. And Zero again in a lot of trouble. Violet even in the mix here as well. Zero really wants the kill. He needs one more. But the slow there from that bowler of Rengar.
And Zero can do nothing against a Shen ulting onto an invisible Rengar. That's going to be a kill whatever happens. But look what the trade is. They're going to even get some damage onto the mid-inner turret.
I mean, we didn't actually comment on that synergy, but
so
it is a
many
nice one.
resources to it for a 3v1 gank, and they lose out of it on objectives.
Essence Flux really doing some work here for Ezreal. And yeah, that's going to be a dead tier 2 turret as well. So I mean, from the get-go, KT have just played to out-objective the opponent, and that's exactly what they're doing. 12 minutes in, or 12 and a half minutes in, looking very hot right now. Saigon Jokers, I mean, we almost thought that, you know, KT, maybe they'll, you know, mix it up a bit. They're playing a different comp from the first game. Maybe they'll ease up a bit and, you know, be a bit calmer here, because they don't have to win this game to advance, but certainly not the case. They would love to win it 2 here on the spot. Nice Dragon, they're getting cleaned up as well. Bit of a mismite there from Reset, but Olaf cleans it up nonetheless.
It's interesting in the chat saying, what's the next match, please? KT won it. And given that it's 13 minutes in, it's quite strong words. But you have to say, if Saigon Jokers have to use that many resources to pick up 1 kill and then trade it for 2 turrets, it's worrying signs.
Yeah, not good news, and that's a great Q there. The slow coming in. Kick actually as well, onto QTV, and Wall does get grabbed, but that may just make Blitzcrank be in a lot of trouble here. He does overdrive out of the way. And that fade from Ezreal is quite the nuisance. Especially with his towers gone, the lanes are so much longer when he slows you. And I think Shen there, he did actually flash out of it as well. So, an ult for a flash there for Lee Sin, a fairly fine trade. Although, it looks like Lee Sin flashed as well, so some summoners traded there, but very aggressive from KT. I think that's a lot of the story we've been seeing recently. And now Vitamin down the bottom, very happy here against Evelyn. Just trying to push. Ooh, that looked very much like a dive. I think Lee Sin may actually make it an actual dive here at this point.
He certainly thought about it.
Yeah. Not shy right now is Vitamin. Really just aggressing down these minions there with the undertow. I mean, when Olaf has mana, he just much like he's jungling, if he's able to spam axes, he clears CS so quickly. And right now, yeah, really aggressive here from KT. Taking out the golems, pressure here onto the bottom tower. And this may be 3 outer turrets in less than 15 minutes. Oh,
and an inner
not
turret
to mention
as well.
the inner turret, yeah. Which they already got there after that great push. Yeah, there we go. So I mean, right now if you're Saigon Jokers, what do you do? This is a funny fight, by the way. Blitzcrank fighting Ezreal. Everyone backs off, expecting the cavalry to
You
come.
hope that
Oh man,
KT
great
make a
kick there.
mistake and drag this game.
Cripple there as well. Yeah, I mean, maybe it sucks when your battle plan includes your opponent messing up, but certainly
Archie's up top here. He is going to get a turret.
that's good news. There we are. Graves going to pick that up. Has double boss for himself as well, but they're going to lose another inner turret here. I mean, it just seems like every single time Saigon Jokers are able to make some sort of play, KT are already up ahead. They're already there. pushing the rest
Yeah,
of their
the trades just are never in their advantage so far.
And even now, we could even see an inhibitor turret take a little bit of damage. I mean, the gold advantage at this point isn't massive. It's substantial, but it's not massive. But just the amount of control KT have over this map is absolutely incredible. And in 5 minutes time, if this continues, Saigon Jokers are just going to have to turtle their hearts out for this game. Because KT are playing it to absolute perfection, and yeah, they're just going to go straight in. Violet there may get caught out here. Does get out of the cripple. There's True Shot Barrage, a nice ult there from Wall. And Shen's going to come down here in the bottom as well. But already a kill there onto Rengar. A good taunt there onto Reset, and Vitamin tanking it up with the Ragnarok, trying to get out, but he can't. And now Zero in a very bad spot. They're going to go down. So 2 for 2 there, the overall trade. No, not quite. 2 for 1. Apologies. As Nixwater gets low but does not die. And Blitzcrank needs one more rocket grab. Reset thinks about this.
No mana on Hero is the big problem here.
Yeah, he's going to have trouble getting out of it. No mana on Stoner either. So not even auras, and Reset continues to land him. Good flash there from Hero. Keeps himself safe. I think a bit of mana there would have made the difference. Blitzcrank was very, very low, but maybe all that would have done is force a few more trades. And Saigon Jokers, finally, they get ahead in a trade. Trading 2 for 1 there. I mean, it's not huge, but it's what they need to do to stay in this game. Just Sunfire cape up there for Shen as well, not too bad. But I don't think Shen's presence in these lanes is going to be enough. At this point, with all these towers down, it's going to be very, very, very dangerous.
It's worth noting, it's only 4k gold. I mean, 16 minutes 4k gold is a lot more significant than if it was double that time, but Shen just needs to keep the items going. It's a good start. Sunfire cape probably is Shen's core item. Yeah, I mean, the game's certainly not decided by any means, but... No. The 5 to 1 global turrets is a big discrepancy so far.
It is, and I think when part of your plan includes pushing with Shen, being down this many turrets this early on is big problems. But they are going to get mid here. Saigon Jokers just... Oh no, they won't. Oh, that sucks. They really wanted mid turret there as well. Hero even there, fishing for a Phage proc onto QTV. Trinity Force finished up for him now as well. And KT, they are rotating aggressively into the jungle here. Could maybe be a blue steal. Maybe just trying to find somebody out of place. Maybe even looking for Baron. Lots and lots of map control for them right now. And Olaf's now up in the top. He's going to play the split pushing game. Oh, poor Blitzcrank. Wrong place, wrong time for that one, buddy. And Hero with yet another kill there. Oh, poor Blitzcrank. The noble robot falls again. And just, I mean, that's what happens when you've got this much control of the map. Blitzcrank has to ward up to try and get more vision, and if he's kind of standing where the rest of the enemy team happen to be, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to lose your support. And it's just... It's going to cause
problems. You're doing
problems.
So much damage, forcing the ult here from Rengar.
Violet even has to get away with that one with his ult.
He's thinking about going back in. Doesn't know what to do.
Don't think so. Don't do it. He bowlers him. Is he gonna die? He's trying to bait. He's baiting quite hard though. Here he comes in. Ezreal, sorry, comes in there as well. But they're following up from behind our KT. Archie very low, getting chased down by Olaf. And the rest of the team gonna chase him down. Hero actually gets a kill on the Rengar. And there's a clean kill on Evelyn. And Saigon Jokers look all over the map this game. That was
there was just a lack of communication there. I mean, Rengar was within 400 units of Ezreal for about 9 seconds of his ultimate there, but you know, they kind of half-heartedly committed in the end and resulted in 2 deaths.
And Hero's going to pick up a kill here as well, onto the red buff. Archie, no, did Archie die? No, he did not. So only 2 for 0 there, but still very, very nice there for KT.
And my only question mark, I guess I was going to speak about before that exchange, was just how an underfed Cassiopeia was going to rival an Evelyn with 3 kills, but it will be a moot point if things don't change quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good lane to look at. So right now, Cassiopeia is actually up in gold, interestingly enough. So that global gold is really pulling its weight here for KT.
It's not really a comp that Cassiopeia is complete. Like, it's not a situation where you're really confident Cassiopeia's going to get her damage out or get her ults off, and that's why, without her being ahead, I'm a bit worried about that.
I agree. I certainly think Cassiopeia does need to snowball a little bit, and I think not having quite the items that she would love to have could be a bit of a problem here. I do like where she's going with her item build though. It's very cost efficient. Going what I can only assume to be on.
Graves snipes it off there. Well done, Archie.
Very nice steal there from Graves, and the presence of lack of smite there from Lee Sin is over on the other side of the jungle.
Ezreal had no mana as well, so it took longer than expected to finish the dragon.
Yeah, so a nice little win there for Saigon Jokers, but it's going to need how many more dragon steals to try and even
Rengar's
going
deep. Oh, that's going really hard.
Yeah, Vitamin in the mid there gets grabbed there. I think that's forward with a lot of damage there for the ultimate, but no stuns. Violet, however, Rengar a very cardable champion. Oh man, He
There
actually
it is. Snipes him
up.
from across the map.
Picks up Hero right under the turret there. Didn't even notice that was going to happen. That's my exceptional minimap skills for you all. But nice snipe there from Hero. And poor Archie. And that's actually bad news. Because no presence of AD carry here, and without having their jungler, this could be a very easy Baron. Pardon?
Saigon Jokers don't even flinch, they just give it up.
Completely uncontested there. And now KT looking very, very strong here to close out this series 2-0.
Nas suggested in the chat, he sniped my dragon, I sniped him.
Good trade, I think. And now Junie is dead again. Goodbye, Blitzcrank. I'm sorry, sir. And Zero picks up probably a much one to kill there, although at this point it's almost not going to matter. The gold lead right now still not massive, but it's growing. It is certainly growing, and the momentum in this game cannot be understated for KT. You know, they may only be 6,000-7,000 gold ahead, but with this many turrets down, able to apply this much pressure on the map with a Baron buff, just everything is going right for them right now. Absolutely everything. Lee Sin even finished up his Aegis before his Wriggles. That's how much gold Reset's got.
Priorities.
That's, I mean, if you have the gold, it's great. And I certainly think Aegis you want to prioritize if you can. And in this case, Violet again taking so much damage. Oh, Vitamin. I thought he was going to get the blind undertow, but instead he comes back and Violet is going to have to get out because he's going to die. Uses his W there for a bit of the heal. They actually get Hero. And that's a great bit of burst damage there for Rengar to clean up. But the slow there onto Nyxward are going to ensure that kill. And it's 2 for 1 right now for KT still. And Archie very much caught between the rock and a hard place. Tries to get Sona there as a last ditch effort. But is going to fall there to reset. And 3 for 1 the overall trade. No AD carry up for KT, but I don't think it's going to matter. And
Olaf gets grabbed.
Gets killed there by Blitzcrank there off to the side. But this is going to be an inhibitor turret, and possibly this inhibitor here as well. And I'm hearing a bit of chat. Maybe Saigon Jokers have decided this is enough. But it's still looking very good here for KT. Not over, but it looks very, very close to it at this point. And there's an inhibitor.
Yeah, and it just doesn't feel like there's any window for Saigon Jokers to come into this. It's just gotten further and further out of their control ever since they lost so many global objectives so quickly.
And we were thinking at the draft, you know, what does KT's team do, you know, in terms of team fights? Well, I think they weren't really planning on doing a whole lot of team fighting. They picked their lanes really well. They had a great 1v2 lane up in top lane. And
there was just never a safe configuration once KT got frisky. Once they started swapping it up, it didn't feel like Saigon Jokers had any answer to that kind of lane matchups that KT forced. And
yeah, a lot of what their team does well, I think, is pick people off in the jungle. And what did KT do the entire game? Be aggressive in their lanes and then have Reset just run into the jungle on Lee Sin.
And I feel like if someone asked me right now, what can you tell me about KT? That seems to be their playstyle, is to take people off their comfort zone and then snowball off of Reset's naturally really aggressive jungle playstyle.
And Shen, very much caught out of position here, is probably not going to live very long here against Ezreal's red buff. He actually staging out of the way. They don't have a cancel for it. No CC for that one. So he gets out of the way. Very nice play there from QTV. But you know, using your ult there when you really want to be using it in advantageous situations is not good news. I mean, Shen ult, yes, it can be used defensively, but if you're using it just to save yourself, you kind of wish you had someone to teleport instead, it feels like. Like it is with that spell, you just never want to have to use it in a situation where you're not making a play with it. And that tells a lot about, you know, just how desperate Saigon Jokers are to get farm and get some control back over this map. It's 7-1 still in towers here, and KT is going straight in. In fact, Reset goes in there as well. The crescendo followed up, and Archie in a lot of trouble. There goes Graves, goodbye. And now Junie looks for a hook, but he's still low on health. Violet there getting chased down as well. Evelyn did pick up Cassiopeia in the mix as well, and Hero very low. He's going to fall down here. Great safeguard though from Lee Sin there onto Ezreal, and he's going to continue kiting. And the kills are just flying here. 4-1 so far as Cassiopeia, the only casualty. And there's the ace going to come out as Hero picks up a triple kill, and I think that's got to be all she wrote for this game. KT, yeah, they're not even going to bother with the rest of the inhibitors. They know they can clean up most of this Nexus, if not all of it. And I think the GGs are coming out here. We'll just await the official GG here. But I think KT1 are going to be advancing here with a 2-0 victory over Saigon Jokers. And yeah, that Nexus is not long for this world. And that's it. First round here for the Singapore IEM Finals for Asia. And KT1 make quite the show of it there, picking up a very clean 2-0.